The first thing I remember is the sound. Not the ocean, not the guns, but the tank. Our Sherman shook under my boots like a living animal, the engine roaring, metal plates vibrating, the smell of oil and sweat filling every breath I took. We were packed inside the hull before dawn. No space. No light, just the five of us breathing the same thick air. Someone tapped my helmet. Loader ready. I nodded. My mouth was too dry to speak. The ramp of the LCT clanged every time a wave hit. The whole ship rocked like it wanted to throw us out into the channel. And then, for a moment, everything went quiet. The kind of quiet that makes your heart beat louder. A voice over the intercom. 60 seconds. I clipped my chin strap tighter, pulled the shell into my lap, ran my thumb over the casing just to feel something solid. That's when the first shell hit the water. A column of spray smacked the side of our landing craft. Men on deck shouted. Someone prayed. Second shell. Closer. Then the ramp dropped, and hell opened. The driver slammed the throttle. The Sherman lurched forward, metal screeching as the treads dug into the ramp. Machine gun fire pinged off the hull like hail. The sound was deafening inside the tank. Every impact, a hammer to the skull. Go, 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 our commander shouted from the turret. Water surged over the bow. For a split second, I thought we'd sink. We didn't. The treads found sand. The tank climbed. Then the slope leveled off, and we were on the beach. I couldn't see, but I could feel everything. The tank rocked over bodies, over equipment, over debris. Each bump sent a jolt up my spine. A shell exploded somewhere to our left. The blast rattled every bolt in the hull. Loader, the gunner yelled. Ready, I shouted back. Inside the tank was hotter than fire. Sweat dripped into my eyes even though the air outside was freezing. The engine roared. The gun breech hissed. The smell, burnt powder, grease, diesel, fear. We were blind except for the commander's periscope and the gunner's optics. All I could do was listen. And listening inside a Sherman was torture. You heard everything. Bullets smacking the armor, shells screaming overhead, sand grinding through the treads, men yelling outside, and then going silent. I kept my hand on the shell, a 75mm HE round waiting for the order. It came fast. Target. Machine gun nest on the ridge, 2 o'clock. Up, I shouted, slamming the round into the breech. The gunner exhaled, steadied, fired. The tank filled with smoke and heat. My ears rang. The recoil slammed the whole Sherman backward, but the explosion outside told us we hit it. Reload. I grabbed another shell. My hands shook, but the motion was automatic. We crawled forward, inch by inch, toward the seawall. Infantry moved behind us, using the Sherman for cover. I could hear them shouting muffled through the armor. We were their shield, and every bullet that hit us meant one less hitting them. A German shell crashed into the sand 10 feet ahead. Sand and metal pinged off the hull like shrapnel. Keep moving, the commander yelled. If we stop, we die. Another shell. Closer. Too close. The driver swore. The tank jerked right. We slammed into a crater so deep I thought we'd tip. The engine growled, struggled, then pulled us out. Loader. AP. The gunner barked. I grabbed an armor-piercing round, nearly dropping it as the tank bounced, slid it into the breech. Up. Fire. The shot cracked through the hull. Something metallic exploded ahead. Maybe a pillbox door, maybe a gun shield. Didn't matter. We kept going. We didn't see the German 88. Nobody sees the one that gets them. A flash. A sonic crack. Then impact. The whole tank screamed. Not figuratively, the armor screamed. A metallic roar that rattled through every bone in my body. I slammed into the ammo rack. The gunner cursed. The turret jammed. Smoke filled the hull. Damage report. The commander shouted. Turret stuck. Drivers good. Tracks holding. My hands shook as I checked the shells. None had cooked off. We were alive. Barely. Outside. Another 88 rounds smashed into the sand beside us. The explosion lifted the tank on its right side. My teeth clacked together. Someone yelled into the headset. Sherman 2-1 is hit. Repeat. 2-1 is hit. I didn't know if they meant us or someone else. Maybe both. We reached the seawall. The commander popped the hatch, climbed halfway out, shouting positions. Tracer rounds whipped past his helmet. He ducked back inside, breathing hard. All right, boys, he said, voice shaking. We're climbing that hill. The slope was steep. Normandy clay, mixed with blood and sand. The treads slipped. The engine growled like a dying animal. Machine gun fire raked the side of the hull. You could hear each round hit. Tink, tink, tink. Some bouncing, some sticking. Loader. I slammed an HE round in so hard my elbow popped. Up. Fire. The shot blew open a German firing slit halfway up the embankment. Infantry surged forward behind us. The tank lurched, slipped, caught traction, climbed. Every second felt like we were about to roll backward. Then we crested the ridge. The world opened. For the first time that day, we weren't trapped between sea and slope, but behind the ridge wasn't safety. It was chaos. Burning trucks, dead horses, shattered hedgerows, German paratroopers firing from behind stone walls. Gunner left, loader AP up, fire. The tank rocked with every shot. We moved through fields so tight with hedges that the turret could barely traverse. German Panzerfaust teams darted between bushes, trying to flank us. One fired. The warhead hit our rear armor. Boom! And for a moment I thought the engine was gone. Fire alarms screamed. The driver shouted that the back was smoking. I grabbed the extinguisher, sprayed through the vent holes. The smoke thinned. The engine coughed, then steadied. We lived again. The worst moment wasn't the 88. It was the German soldier who ran out of a hedgerow holding a grenade. The commander saw him first. He screamed into the intercom, "Close up! Close up!" I slammed the hatch shut. The gunner ducked. The commander dropped into the turret just as the grenade hit the hull. A deafening blast. The tank jumped. Dust filled the air. My ears rang so hard it felt like I was underwater. Then, silence. We opened the hatches. The man was gone. Just smoke and dirt. The commander whispered, "Jesus Christ." Then he shook it off. "Keep moving." By late afternoon, we were miles inland, exhausted, sweating, deaf, shaken, but still alive. Infantry moved alongside us. Some waved. Some were too tired to look. The gunner leaned back and muttered, "We're not dead. How are we not dead?" No one answered. The sun dipped behind smoke rising from the villages ahead. The radio crackled. All tanks pushed to the next hedgerow. Night defense line. That was it. No hero moment, no music, no victory shout, just another order. We moved forward, treads grinding, engine humming like the heartbeat of something bigger than us. Inside the Sherman, it felt almost peaceful for the first time all day. Dark, hot, cramped, but peaceful. I looked at the empty shells on the floor, at my shaking hands, at the scratches on the armor around me, and I realized we survived D-Day, not because we were brave, but because, for reasons I still don't understand, the tank didn't let us die.